Mornings with Stephen Jardine on BBC Radio Scotland. When Bothwell-born Liv Conlon left school at 16 to start a business, her friends and her teachers told her she was crazy. Let's fast forward 4 years. She's now turned over £1 million and even employs her mum and her brother in her interiors business. But it was bullying at school that gave Liv the boost to be a business success. Liv Conlon, Young Scottish Businesswoman of the Year, joins me now to tell all. Morning, Liv. Are you with us this morning? Yeah, you are, I think. Hi, Liv. Good to speak to you this morning.
Oh,
thanks for
hi
your
there.
time. Age 20 now. What did you want to be when you were 10 years old?
I've always known that I wanted to have my own business. I wasn't sure what that was. But yeah, I developed a love for interior design when I was growing up. It happened to be an interior design business.
All right, so a lot of people grow up wanting to be a specific profession, but you grew up wanting to start a business. Why was that? Was that based on what you saw in your family, or where did you get that from?
Yeah, my mum has always been self-employed or ran her own business, so I guess I just followed her. And I didn't really take direction well as a child either, so I always knew I wanted to be my own boss. What was your first experience of making money from business? So I started my first business when I was 13 and I imported nail foils from China and then I sold them on eBay.
How on earth did you come up with that?
I bought nail foils at that age and I was not very happy paying what I was paying for them. So I thought, surely I can get these cheaper and, cut out the high street brands and sell them online.
You saw a gap in the market, but how does a 13-year-old go about finding a supplier in China and do that deal?
I think these days we've got so much access to these sort of things through the internet, and one of the ways that I found it was the website Alibaba.
So you just dealt through via that, which is a kind of Far Eastern version of eBay, isn't it? You dealt through that with a supplier. Did you mention at any stage that you were 13?
No, I never mentioned that online.
They didn't need to know. As long as you were getting it at the right price, that was it. And how did that business go?
Yeah, it went really well. I mean, I bought them for 37 pence and I sold them at £8. So I made, I think it was about £5,000.
Wow. What did you do with the cash?
Oh, back then, I don't know, probably spent it on sweets and having fun with my friends.
Now, that was while you were at school. While you were at school also, you faced bullying. What was that like and how did you deal with it?
I mean, it was very challenging. It was pretty much my whole primary school and secondary school, so it was hard. And I did move school for my final year, but now I'm very grateful to those people, as it did really motivate me to go on and do something with my life.
In what sense? To show them what you could do?
Yeah, I guess it's a bit of that, and sort of people doubting your ability. And I think for a lot of people, when someone says you can't do something, it makes you want to do it even more.
What impact did that have on the results that you got, Liv, at the end of the day at school? Did it have an impact, or could you have gone on into university, further education?
No, it didn't have an impact. I was a straight A student. I got 5 A's in my hires, so I could have done whatever I wanted at university, but that just wasn't the path that was for me. You
wanted to set up the business. So how did the teachers react when you told them that, unlike others with the same qualifications, you wouldn't be going to further education, that you wanted to go to the school of life?
Yeah, they called me into the careers office and sat me down and asked if I was going crazy. They thought it was quite wild what I was doing. But, I've always had complete belief it's going to work, and unfortunately it has.
What did your family say?
The great thing is I've had such a supportive mum, so she was completely up for it and believed in me. So, of course, that was a massive help.
Tell us about your business. What do you actually do?
So we furnish and stage properties nationwide, empty properties for sale and also for serviced accommodation, so for short-term lets.
So, again, this is a gap in the market that you spotted. Is that what you're good at, do you think, in terms of business, is spotting these opportunities?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I mean, I've done it twice now, and I'd like to think if I had to spot another one, hopefully I'd be able to find one.
How much has the business grown over the course of the last couple of years?
It's grown massively. From one year we were doing £30,000, and then the next year we turned over £1 million, and that was purely through being really active in social media and getting our name out there.
And all this at the age of 20. You're now you employ your mum in the business now, and your brother as well. How does working with mum work out?
Yeah, it's great fun. We literally spend pretty much every hour of the day together, and fortunately we got on really well. And I think when you work with family too, you can be really honest with them, and maybe sometimes just a little bit too honest.
Here's a hard question. Who's in charge?
Oh, of course, me.
Are there role models out there that you kind of look at and think, I like the way that she's done it or he's done it in terms of business. I'd like to follow that route.
Yeah, for me, I follow a lot of personal development type life coaches, such as Tony Robbins is a massive inspiration. And yeah, I think Scotland has amazing entrepreneurs, and there's so many people that have created these businesses from nothing and went on to build empires. So I think there's so many amazing role models out there.
Any Scots in particular in mind? Michelle Moan, perhaps?
Yeah, Michelle Moan, of course, her story is incredible. A friend of mine, Poonam Gupta, who set up her business. So she's, the businesswoman of Scotland at the moment. So yeah, it's really important to surround yourself with people that inspire you.
Liv, you are right in that space that would be perfect on The Apprentice with Lord Sugar. I can just hear him describing your biography at the start of the series. Tempted?
I actually have applied for it in the past, and I got through to the interview stage, but I had something come up with the business, so I couldn't go.
Tell me about that. Why did you decide that you'd have a go, just for the showcase that it would give you?
I watched it as a child, so I guess it's always sort of been a dream of mine to be on the programme. And I think I would do really well in the task because I do have that practical experience.
Would you give it another go?
Potentially, you never know.
I think you have. We've got applications going at the moment, so we'll watch this space, Liv. What advice would you give to other young people who are maybe having a tough time at school, maybe facing bullying and the impact that it has on the way they view themselves? Having been through it and done what you've done, what would you say?
I think for me, what I would say to people that are going through a similar situation, or to my younger self, is to remember that school isn't forever, and that also, if you have that inner belief in yourself, you shouldn't really care what anyone else thinks. It is really challenging, obviously, at the time, but really, once you're through it, you will actually feel grateful to these people in your life because they have. You've had a great life lesson, and now I feel real gratitude towards these people because without them, maybe I wouldn't have the same drive as I do today.
And where are they now while you're running £1 million turnover business? What is next for you? What do you hope to do with it? Any other great business ideas up your sleeve that you might be able to share a little bit of it with us this morning?
Yeah, so I plan to, grow the business, double it this year, and also we're looking at franchising a sector of the business too. And I'm big into, Bitcoin investing, so that's another idea that I have in the pipeline.
Interesting. Liv, pleasure to speak to you this morning. Good luck on The Apprentice.
You might not be seeing me there.
If it happens. Liv Conlon there, Young Scottish Businesswoman of the Year. It's coming up to 10:23. It's Friday morning. It's BBC Radio Scotland.
For the dreamers, it's been a challenge to make